You know, there's a clear difference between getting good and staying good. And today I'd like to suggest some ways that you can maintain your frame with 3 lock-ins that you can apply starting today. The first thing you need to be able to do is to recognize the things that are limiting you in order to eradicate them and slay those dragons. For example, negative dialogues. I'm not talking about negative dialogues coming from other people. Don't worry, the world is full of those anyway. What I'm talking about are the kinds of negative dialogues that you can insert into your own mind, the kind of stories and narratives that you tell yourself. I've got this down to 2 main types of negative dialogue. There is the optimistic, soothing negative dialogue, which is you've got this and you can do this. And then of course there is the toxic, damaging negative dialogue, which is you're wasting your time, why are you even trying? Let's look at the optimistic types for today. The optimistic type of negative dialogue, you can do this, you've got this, can be a little bit of a sticking plaster. It can be a way for you to fool yourself into over-investing and throwing yourself into something for which you are badly prepared. And one of the results of that is you're going to find yourself gulping time. We've already discussed how you have to use time as wisely as you can. Treat time with the respect it deserves because it is a non-renewable resource. One of the symptoms of frame loss is gulping time, trying to consume time in big massive gulps which require you to be breathless all the time. In other words, when you start gulping time because you've thrown yourself into a project badly prepared because of the negative dialogue you've been listening to, you're going to end up sabotaging yourself, sabotaging your outcomes. And then of course the other negative dialogue, why did you even try, can come in and fill the void. So recognize that you are carrying certain stories in your head. Now I would like you to think about toddlers for a second. I'd like to introduce you to what I call toddler theory. My toddler theory is that if we as adults acted like toddlers a little bit more, we would succeed better. And the converse is true, of course. If toddlers thought like adults, everybody would still be crawling around. Nobody would learn to walk. Does a toddler beat itself up when it falls over or stumbles or falls on its backside when it's trying to learn how to walk? No, of course it doesn't. A toddler doesn't indulge in those kind of ego-stroking, self-defeating dialogues. A toddler is more likely to get up and try again. And as a consequence of that, a toddler is going to learn to walk. It's too young to know that it can be limited by its own thoughts. We as adults could do with taking a leaf out of a toddler's book. Engage in toddler theory. Engaging the theory that if you fall on your backside and you simply get up with a smile, brush yourself off and have another go, eventually you will succeed. Learn how to take a breath. Learn how to take stock and learn how to fall in love with the opportunity to learn. Don't see challenges as failures. Don't succumb to the negative dialogue. See the challenges as an opportunity to learn something more and to achieve something you couldn't before. Set your own pace. Don't be a time gulper. Do this by being realistic about what you can achieve in the time that you have available to you. Use the time that is in front of you instead of allowing the time in front of you to use you, because otherwise you're going to end up on a hamster wheel, always chasing, never getting off and never getting anywhere. What you need to consider is the idea of an emotional thermostat. Imagine that your emotional output and your emotional input could be controlled with a dial. And you've got 3 settings on there. You can set to patience, you can set to forgiveness, and you can set to consistency. Create a situation whereby anything that is going to impede your ability to be patient, your ability to forgive, or your ability to be consistent, these are unacceptable barriers or parameters. Set a thermostat, emotionally speaking, that is going to maintain you within a certain bandwidth and temperature. Set it up, test it out, try it, and ask yourself, can you maintain this frame under pressure? Because the storm clouds, they will gather, and the people, they will come for you. There's a certain kind of person out there who's going to capitalize on your inadequacies or your failures, and they're going to capitalize by taking your time and using it for their own benefit. I've experienced this myself this very week. Next, I'm going to suggest some ideas which are going to help a person to maintain their frame while under pressure. Having recognized the negative framings and the negative dialogues that we can succumb to, we can overcome those. But maintaining that frame under pressure is going to be your next challenge. So check out the next presentation, and I will catch you on the other side of this one. Before I go, I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, whatever it is you dare to do or dream, begin it now.